Well, we've just seen the running of race number 10, the Aquanaut Handicap, a listed race over 2,400 meters, and it's one on the board for trainer Alec Laird. And Gavin's had a fair afternoon considering the rides that he's had, and he's ridden one here for Mr. Slack, Wilgeborst Drift Stud, of course, bred this with TURFFONTEIN as well. The one stat that really stands out when it comes to this individual or this filly is your relationship with her, Gav. You seem to know how to put her in the right positions and get the job done.
Thanks very much. She's a wonderful filly. She's so easy to work with, and she allows you to put her wherever she wants to be. And you know, she's come on so nicely now as a 4-year-old, and I think you know, work's been so good at home, and that last win brought her mind right mentally. And I'm sure she'll improve on this too today.
I'm glad you touched on that last win, which was a month ago, and you know, considering the opposition that she's taking on, this is the type of race where she could go on and make it 3 in a row wherever Alec places her next.
I'm sure. I'll leave that to Mr. Laird, the placing of her. But she's in good spirits at the moment, and if we can keep her that way, I'm sure she'll keep building on it. Fantastic.
How's your afternoon being, just judging by the rides, if you have to you know, single out the performances of your horses?
Yeah, it is. Look, I've only had 4 rides so far today. Won the first race on a nice filly that will come on from Mr. Mowing. I think she's still going to mature into herself. And then in the classics, Milk Queen obviously got in a perfect position, and she compounded before the straight, so I elected not to beat her up, and you know, we ran further back than we wanted. I pulled out the race, but thank goodness she's in one piece. And Shango ran a good race from the deep draw, very muddly pace. They went very slow. He found quite a nice finish, but he was in need of the run that last 150 or so I'm sure he'll come on from it.
Thanks for the post-mortem, Gav, and well done to you.
Thank you, and big thank you to Mrs. Slack. It's great to ride a winner on a race day, so well done to her, and to Wilgeborst Drift and TURFFONTEIN, thank you. And Mr. Laird doing a great job with her, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Riley, with the memento to Gavin Larina. We thank Mr. Riley coming down and assisting us with the presentation. Well done to the winning jockey, Gavin Larina. Now the winning trainer, Alec Laird. He's had some good horses go through his hands over the years, but I think if I have to ask him to single out one horse, it will be London News, but I'm not going to ask him on air. But you've had some good horses go through your hands, and this filly, she's certainly coming along the right way. Seems to be maturing at age 4.
Definitely, Dees. Yeah, she... as a 3-year-old, I said it last time, we thought she'd have a chance in the Oaks, but it didn't go right. And then she needed a break, but she's come back well. She's come back strong as a 4-year-old, and her mother was a good filly, and she's living up to that.
It's all about support, and you know, with Mrs. Slack, who bred her as well. It's fantastic that you've come through and won a last start, which was a good one, and now winning 2 on the bounce for her.
Well, now she gets a feature under her belt, which is really pleasing. Really pleased for Mrs. Slack because of the support, and to have a filly like this to go to stud, she's got value now, and it's always nice to win feature races, and especially for people that support you.
Any possibility that we got a chance to see her in KZN?
We'll have to see how she goes next time, but I think her next run's in a month's time. There's a race here in a month, and then we'll see.
Thanks for that, Alec, and well done to yourself and your team. Hearty congratulations with this filly.
Thank you. Well done to Gavin. We had a nice winner earlier, so the boys have done the job for me. We've been thereabouts, but today we got there, and it's been a great day. We almost won the Grade 1 as well, but we got beat by our champion filly.
Close.
Thank you.
Well done to Alec Laird. He's had a wonderful afternoon considering the placings as well, and well done to himself and his team. Now, when it comes to a race day like this, we could call her the lady of the moment because she's put her name behind the Triple Tiara. We saw the Fillies Guineas and then the Fillies Classic today. And before we even touch on this win, I just want to talk about Summer Pudding a bit because Stephen Giles on course, of course, Jessica involved. And we know that those colors won the Triple Tiara with cherry on the top. So it's just wonderful for your daughter and Stephen.
It's wonderful for all of us, actually, and wonderful for the stud because they are quite closely related.
Yes.
Cherry on the cake, the dam of Summer Pudding, is a sister to the dam of
Cherry on the top.
Cherry on the top.
Well, it's going to turn out to be a wonderful race day in a few months' time, or should I say in a month's time. So wish you guys all the best there. But coming back to this filly, she's certainly maturing into a decent 4-year-old.
Absolutely, and I we've always had some hopes, and they've generally been dashed. But now she's had 2 great wins in a row, and maybe now over the longer distances she's going to be great, hopefully.
You've put the name Wilgerbos Drift Stud behind the Triple Tiara, and it's a wonderful initiative from you, because it's 3 races for the fillies that's close to your heart as well.
Well, it's the fillies that count.
How's things back home at Wilgerbos Drift?
All great, thank you.
Well done, Mary, and give our best to your team back home as well.
Thanks, Steve.
Well done to Mrs. Mary Slack. She's the proud owner of Chitango. Also bred this in partnership with Maurice Fontaine. So well done to everybody concerned. I'll get a nice pic there, Mary Slack with Mrs. Riley. And we thank him for coming down and doing the winning presentation. And let's congratulate all concerned here in the Aquanaut Handicap, race number 10. It belongs to number 3, Chitango.
And they racing away. Wondrous Climber gave away about 3 lengths. He did that last year and he won the race. Shenanigans also tucks to the back of the field. One of the first to break is Dawn Assault, but pressure early from Duke of Spin, committing from a deepish draw. Pretty Border right up there, also making things spicy for the lead. Chitango's in the black jacket and scarlet cap at their outside, and